got the magic in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Everybody knows I got the magic in me. When I hit the floor, the girls come snapping at me. Now everybody wants a blast of magic, 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 magic.
Do you believe it or not?
Absolutely.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Do You Believe It or Not?
Absolutely. I'm your co-host, Abby
I'm
Malcolm.
your co-host Tanner Lee, and we're doing a college edition.
Yes. This episode, we will be talking about ourselves in college and our two guests who are also in college for a What to Expect When You're in College show. So, we have made 4 different lists, and my first list is about college classes. My first note on college classes is e-textbooks. Do you two have any preference or any stories about e-textbooks? Do's or don'ts?
Well, I'm going to say do not get e-textbooks. I know it can be cheaper, but there's some pretty picky professors out there that really don't like e-textbooks. They want you to have a physical copy, so it's more expensive, but I always go with physical copies because professors are not very nice sometimes.
Well, and sometimes professors, they say it's better to wait till you're in the class before you pick the book, which for me stresses me out because I want my books already, but I guess it just depends on your professors. Which brings us to the next topic about books. Chegg.com has saved me so much money. I was telling all of them to go on Chegg.com, but the first semester I bought my books from the bookstore, and it was like $500 for like 5 books, and then it went on to Chegg, and it saved a ton of money. So I love Chegg. I know you pretty people can't use Chegg.
Well, I looked it up the other day, and I found one of my books, but at least I'm not quite sure how other colleges do it, but for Purdue, a lot of our homework is online, and with your textbook you buy at the bookstore, it comes an access code for like the online website.
So you need the actual book.
Yeah, that's what usually, because you can buy the books used, but then you still have to buy that access code. And when I went on Chegg the other day, I found my book for like $30, where at the bookstore at Purdue it was like $110.
Right.
But it said the access code wasn't guaranteed, so I don't know. It just depends on
How much money you want to save if you want to risk it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which, still on the topic of books, so you can get an e-textbook, you can go to Chegg, you can buy it from your bookstore, or if you have a class with someone that you know, that's probably more if you're an upperclassman since you may not know as a freshman. Definitely share books. I'm in a women's studies class with one of my teammates, and there's like 6 different books that we need. Her and I split them, and it's like $12 for the whole class. So once you do get to know people, that's something that's helpful. Any input? Nothing?
I don't have anything yet.
Me neither.
No? That's all good?
Solid.
Alright, well, we're only halfway done with the college classes list. But the next, there's a lot for college classes. But the next topic is read all of the material. I know the professor's going to tell you that, and I know that nobody reads all the material except me because I'm a nerd. But you have to read all of it, otherwise how do you know what's going to be tested? Like, do you read all your material?
Yes.
Do you even open your book?
Yes.
Alright, no, that's good, that's good.
What if you wrote the book?
Well, if you wrote the book, you probably shouldn't be in that class
I remember
then.
our parents were watching this.
Yeah, well, you can't lie on television.
I'm just telling you, I'm
bad.
just giving you a reminder.
Right. But anyway, along with reading all the material, I always make sure and do extra credit. Why would you not? Do you do extra credit?
When it is offered to me, I
So-
do, but most professors don't offer extra credit.
But the ones that do, you should take advantage of
I
it
do.
because that means their class is super hard, so the extra credit's helpful. So do extra credit even though it sucks.
What
And
do you think I do?
I'm not sure.
Sleep and just...
We will wait till we get to your
Now,
list
do
to
you
see.
just read, or do you read and take notes?
I read and highlight. I used to read and take notes, but that was like way too much to go like through the book and the notes. So then I just read and highlight. That way when I flip through, and I like use those cute little sticky note things to like get the pages. Those are my favorite, especially because they're colorful.
I just remember all the important stuff after I write it, so
So like you have a
Yes.
photographic memory.
yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had that. But something else you should do is meet with your professors. Chris and I talked about this earlier, because if you're in a room with a ton of people and they have so many classes, you're just like another name and another number to them. But if you meet with them and you get to know them, then they remember your face, remember your name. Maybe if they're grading your test and you accidentally messed up and they thought, maybe I'll give it to her, maybe I won't, but they know your name, they know you're a nice person, then you'll get the point, right?
Or if you're in a class of like 375,
Yeah.
do something to make sure they remember who you are.
In a good way.
In a good way.
Yes, in a good way.
Could do it in a bad way too.
Yeah,
Like-
possible.
If whatever attracts their attention, I guess. But Evan made a good point earlier. He said to ask a lot of questions if you have questions. Like Tanner said, if you're in a class with a ton of people, you probably feel embarrassed, but most likely there's at least one other person who wants to know the same answer to the question you're asking. So make sure you ask questions no matter how dumb that you think it is.
Yeah,
Especially, go ahead.
Like I know, especially my first 2 years in college, I was scared to ask questions. Like I wanted to try to figure out myself on my own. But the more advanced you get in the courses, the higher level, if you try to do it on your own, you're going to be lost. You just don't be afraid to ask questions. They're there. They want to help you. They're getting paid to help you.
Because if not, they'll just leave you behind pretty much. If you can't figure it out, ask, or else you're in trouble.
And things stack on top of each other.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't figure one
Very
out, then you're way
quickly.
behind.
Very, very quickly.
Has anybody had a tutor in college here? Evan, shed some light on getting a tutor.
I got a tutor both semesters this past year, actually. First semester was in econ. I had it for like the last couple weeks of the semester right before finals, kind of just to make sure I knew what I knew. And that was a pretty good experience. And second semester, I had it pretty much the whole semester for a stat class because it was really hard at the start, and so I wanted to get on top of it before I got buried. But it can get expensive if they want to be paid. Like the first tutor I had was $10 per hour, but the second tutor I had was $25 an hour, and that got really expensive. But it did help a lot because it's just another way to be exposed to the information and have someone else explain it in another way that you might not have seen it in the first place.
Right. And I feel like some people probably also feel dumb, like asking questions to get tutors, but it actually makes you smarter than those who don't get a tutor because then, like you said, you're on track and you're not behind.
Also, I was going to point out that ask your professor if they know any tutors, because there's some people who say they'll be a tutor, but they're just doing it just for money and not actually trying to help you.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I know when I was in the chemistry class, our TA said if you want to have a tutor, ask me about it first, because there are some people who are just out just to get money and don't really know what they're talking about. 'Cause
Sketchy tutors.
Yeah, both my tutors were both PhD students in the field that I was asking about. So
So they were legit.
yeah, they knew what they're talking about.
And being an athlete, that's got to be nice getting free tutor
Yeah,
service.
at Indiana State, athletes get free tutor service. Like our coach kind of helps us out, which I didn't even know that tutors cost anything till Evan was telling us. So I guess it just depends on what college you go to, what tutor you get. But it is nice if you want to play a sport and you really want a free tutor. Maybe that's more initiative to play a sport. But last topic on the college classes list is take responsibility. Obviously, I'm sure your teachers, your parents, and everybody tell you, but until you're there, you don't really realize like you are in charge of yourself and it's your responsibility to get your stuff done. I mean, you're paying money to get your stuff done, not to fail classes and everything. So I'm sure if you have to retake classes once or twice, it stinks because you have to pay money for it. I don't know if any of us know about that in here. Maybe if you can shed some light
I sat
on...
through, I retook classes last year too.
Yeah, and no shame in retaking
Yeah.
classes at all. They're tough classes. I just didn't know if you wanted to share about that.
Well, in my experience, I've done better every time I
See?
taking a class, especially if I have the same professor.
So you did it on purpose.
We'll go with
Yep, that's what I thought.
See, Mom and Dad did it on purpose.
That's what I thought.
GPA up.
That was Tanner's plan the whole time. Well, that is the end of college classes list. I'm sure there's way more that we could talk about, but that's the gist of it. About your books, your professors, asking questions, and just taking care of the money that you're spending to get a good job.
My first list is college social life. So there's plenty we can
Important.
talk here. First on the list is discipline, which I'm not quite sure exactly what we're talking about.
Oh yeah,
here.
I made this
Discipline,
list.
so-
My advice when you go to college, like the two things that you need to do the most are have discipline and have good time management. Good time management so you can work through your classes, but good discipline, and that goes along with social life. Like, okay, is my math homework done? No, but do I really want to go hang out with my friends? Yes. Get some of your math homework done and then go hang out with your friends. It's just discipline and, like I said, taking responsibility. So
It's more responsibility than discipline.
Yeah.
but discipline is a good word that's not responsibility.
Because really you're on your own, so your parents aren't going to discipline you really.
No, but it's discipline of your own values.
Yeah.
What's responsibility or discipline and time management?
What are they?
No, that's discipline or responsibility and time management.
Yes.
Like you said.
Yes, good.
I don't know. I'm making stuff up.
You're adding to the conversation.
And the next one is time management. Time management is crucial, especially when you have, in high school you didn't have too much homework, too much studying to do. Now you have a lot of homework, a lot of reading, studying, papers, different classes, this and that, especially if you're involved in sports or other clubs or activities, just to manage all that. And you still want to hang out with your friends, you just got to learn how to manage kind of time slots or just.
And I need a lot of sleep, so I go to bed at a good time all the time.
And he is not exaggerating. I went to college my freshman year and I was like, oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of time management and stuff. I was nearly failing for the first 2 or 3 weeks of college.
Were you really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh no.
I mean, not terribly, but there were a couple classes that I did not have good grades in, and I had to snap out of it. And just,
Right.
You know, another thing, using my agenda. I'd never used my
It's
agenda
my
in high
favorite
school.
tool ever.
In college.
I've ever since that 4th week of my freshman year in college, I have used my agenda every single week just so I
Yes.
can remember assignments and stuff.
And what you're doing and how you're doing it and when it's due. Yes, agendas and planners are huge.
Yep.
And I have a calendar in my room. I like to mark stuff on, like what's due when. certain
Tanner
things.
likes to see things bigger.
Yeah.
I do.
Not in a tiny.
I learn by pictures. and stuff.
Right. You have a photographic memory too?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's alright.
Ouch. All right. Moving on to our next one is getting to know the campus. Anybody want to shed some light on that?
No, you're the one that wrote it down.
Well, I was gonna say,
I mean, common sense.
for Tanner and I, we go to Purdue, so it's a very large campus, and we both attended this orientation our freshman year. It was called Boiler Gold Rush, where we were there a week before all other students, and we got a chance to, it was us and the rest of the freshman class, were able to see the campus for a whole week, and there was activities and things to do, but I thought that helped so much because it just kind of got you oriented to where everything was at, and there was tours so you could still see where all the buildings were that you're going to have classes in, and I thought that helped a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird now when I walk around the Indiana State campus because I'm like, well, duh, that's there,
Yeah.
there. But like when you're first a freshman, every building looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
You don't know what's where. But once you get the hang of it, it's easy. But it is important to not be like running around with the campus map trying to
Yeah.
find all your classes on the day of.
And like I'm sure Evan can kind of agree with me here, but we grew up going to Purdue sporting events
Yeah.
all the time, so everybody just assumed I knew
Oh, yeah.
what the campus was like.
Yeah.
I really didn't.
I had no clue.
Yeah, I can tell you where Mackey Arena and Rossade stadiums are and
Yeah.
everything about those, but I didn't know that much about campus till I got there, and I had to teach myself quick.
Oh, yeah.
But within 2 weeks,
Yeah, oh yeah,
it's,
first
you know
week's
it like
yeah.
the back of your hands.
Yeah, and one thing that helped me, if you're terrible with directions, I usually try to use like landmarks around the campus.
Like fountains and.
Yeah, like there was when I was a freshman, there was a building that had a chemistry class and had like smoke pipes at the top, so I always remember looking for those if I was lost. So
Right. That's a good
That helps a
landmarks.
lot.
Good tip.
The next 2 categories I'm going to put together, kind of make one big category, but meeting new people / being smart. I mean, part of college, is moving on from high school. You're leaving all your classmates and friends behind that you grew up with, but you're also meeting a lot of new friends, new people that can be with you.
Be a social butterfly,
Throughout
not
life.
a hermit.
Yeah.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
A hermit.
So
Yeah.
get out, play a sport, whether it's for the school or a club or for intramurals.
Mhm.
Join a club, just activity, just do something,
Go to the gym. There's always
Yeah.
people at the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Library. People love the library.
Just do something to meet new people.
even if it just means going up and down your floor, if you live in a dorm, and
Yeah.
just getting to know someone.
And usually you have like floor meetings and stuff, so
Yeah.
you get like close with the people on your floor. But
Yeah.
just expand your horizons and your friend circles and things.
And for those of you that don't know, your degree is very important, but your connections are just as important, if not more important than your degree. Because if you don't have any connections or any, friends in like big jobs, then you're not going to get those jobs most likely. You're going to just start off with something really small.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
It's
That is a life motto.
And once you turn 21, like Noah here, you can go to the bars, which you can meet a lot of people there. But that's where the being smart stuff comes in. If you gotta go to the bars,
Responsible.
don't drive. Make sure you have a designated driver or some kind of transportation to get you back safely. That's the main thing. Don't be stupid.
Which also goes
If you're going
along
to
with
drink.
spending money wisely,
Yeah, spending money wisely. The next thing,
which is used on McDonald's Mondays.
hey, that's a wise investment.
Right.
It's-
Make sure you guys don't buy McDonald's, buy Burger King.
Oh, I don't know, everyone say that.
Especially
Just kidding.
freshman year when I was in the dorms and had a meal plan, didn't feel like I spent too much money. Come sophomore year, started living off campus in an apartment, started spending a lot of money. Whether it was like groceries or just different things for the apartment,
Cheetos.
Cheetos,
Right,
Cheetos are good.
Cheez-Its.
So Cheez-Its are good. So just spend your money wisely. I mean, just don't blow it on stupid stuff, which I do sometimes.
Golf clothes.
I wear those. So,
Right.
but you guys have any input on spending money wisely? Anybody?
Well, I am a super cheap person, so I only shop at the Dollar Tree, where everything is $1. Yes, it breaks, and yes, I run out of stuff, but I just go back and buy it for $1. So that is my motto, Dollar Tree all the way.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just try to look at the things I probably spend the most money on in college are food and like tickets for sporting events, because I get season tickets to all the sporting events at Purdue, and that's not cheap, but I mean, I go to every home football and basketball game, so I get my money's worth. But yeah, I have a tendency to buy band shirts a lot. I should probably cut back on those.
Do they have like deals for students, like sporting passes?
Yeah, Purdue, we have a thing called VIP, which if you buy that, it's only like, I think it's $250 or it's $260, and you get all season tickets for every sport at Purdue, which is, I mean, football tickets alone are like almost $100 for just football season tickets. So
it's a great investment.
yeah.
For those of you that haven't been in college yet, food does not seem very expensive because your parents have been buying it this whole time.
And you just eat
But
it.
Yeah.
over these past couple of years, I've realized that food is probably the most expensive thing in the world.
And the worst part is when you buy all the food and then you don't eat it in time, then it expires,
Yeah.
and then that's just terrible.
Mess doesn't have to worry about that. I mean, food gets expensive definitely when you can eat like this guy.
This is
Yeah, I
true.
really don't have to worry about that
I mean,
issue.
Our candy bowl's empty quite.
We have to
a lot
get you in
of
an
that.
eating competition sometime, I
Taylor,
swear.
I know you've talked to me about, you sometimes look for like the off-brand foods.
Yes.
I mean, some foods you don't want to.
Except meat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want
yeah,
to
yeah.
buy
You
the.
don't wanna mess
Yeah, but like cereal and stuff, you can
Yeah.
go for maybe the cheaper brand.
I've stopped shopping so much at Payless or Kroger or Walmart. I go to a place called Aldi, which you can get the same type of food, just off brands,
Mhm.
same amount for like $30 instead of $70 or $80.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Be a
just-
bargain shopper.
And also, I mean, sometimes they'll have, you know, I mean, we go to Purdue, so I remember BGR, they gave us coupons for a ton of like restaurants and
Coupons
stuff.
are my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, like, look for all the deals and,
No, do they give you coupon packets at Purdue?
yeah.
Because the first week that you're there on campus, they
Yeah.
always hand out like coupon packets, and I got like 7 coupon packets. There was one for tanning, which I feel like tanning might be an unnecessary spending, but you can tan 3 times in 1 week for $3. So I just kept going in and handing them that coupon. I spent like $7 on 7 weeks of tanning. It's 21 tans. Did you get that, math? It's beautiful. So
I'm already-
coupon booklets are my favorite,
Yeah.
along with the Dollar Tree.
I'm already tanner in most, so I don't have to worry about
You can't say that joke 2 times in a row on the show. It can't happen.
Yeah,
No, I
just shop for
didn't.
deals, which is the most important thing.
It just comes with the name.
Right.
And the last one on here is, I've never done this. I don't know many people who ever have. Whoever made this list, it says, don't park on the curb.
Listen, there's a story. All right. It's kind of a long story, so everybody get ready. It was like the 3rd day of my freshman year of college. Don't look at your watch.
Go set. Okay.
And I actually got sick. Like, I was like super, super sick, like sinus infection, terrible. It's the first time I've ever been away from home sick without like mom handing me all this medicine. So I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? We had a freshman mandatory meeting at like 2:15. It was like 2:40 or like 1:45. And I was like, oh my goodness. So get in my truck, and it's like moving day, so everybody's there. So I drive to the store, the lady at Walgreens is like really mean, like wouldn't give me the stuff, so I finally got my medicine, I came back, it was like 2:10, my meeting started in 5 minutes and there was no place to park. There was like 800 cars like parked on the curb, even though it said do not park and on the yellow line. I was like, everybody else is doing it, it'll be fine. That is not a good motto in life, people. So what happens is that the meeting apparently was 4 hours long, and I was not aware of this. So 4 hours later, I come out in the parking lot and I'm like, I don't see my red truck. I really don't. So then I went to the public safety. They told me my truck was towed. Then this really sketchy part of town was where my truck was. And I had 3 parking tickets and a $70 truck towing fee that I had to pay for.
my
So it was a total of like
gosh.
$150. Don't park on the curb.
I have a question.
Yes.
Was the meeting really 4 hours long?
Yes, no, I promise. It was like this huge thing in Indiana State. It's called like March Under the Arch, and so like we go through the Holman Center. We sit there for an hour. We get a show. We like had to go on like our grass area and play like meet everybody games, and you know you hit the volleyball around and stuff.
Icebreakers.
Yeah. So it was like, and then we tried to leave because I was like, I probably should move my truck. So I blamed the lady who didn't let me leave. My story's
Hey,
over.
Your story was about a minute and 15 seconds before he asked you a question.
I know that was a good time, wasn't it?
Pretty good, but I would have done it better.
Shorter.
Except
okay.
I don't have any good stories like that because I don't park on the curb.
The moral of the story,
It's called a lesson to learn. People.
read your signs when it says don't park on the curb.
Everybody else was doing it. I was sick and I didn't want to be late for
If
the
everybody
meeting.
jumped off a bridge, here we go.
If it looks like fun, I guess we would all go. Just, you know what? You're done with your list. It's my turn. My second list is college dorm life. So the first rule to college dorm life, wear shower shoes in the shower. Because if you don't, that's filthy. You don't know what's on the shower floor. Also, don't touch the shower walls. And barely turn on the shower thing. It just grosses me out. It's dirty. Hair, use shower shoes.
Dorm showers are nasty, that's all I gotta
Yeah.
say.
And they do clean
It's
them,
just
they
nasty.
do, but there's so many people that use them and they're disrespectful and they're heathens.
Like
So,
yourself?
yeah, but like myself, Tanner.
They can be the cleanest room in the world one day, and then the next day it can
Yeah.
be the dirtiest. It's
Yes. There are some
Nasty.
stories that'll make people vomit, so I'm not gonna go there.
Yep.
But also
Nasty.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also in college dorm life, you should get lots of sleep. You're rejuvenated, you feel fresh, just don't stay up. And if you have bad neighbors, like make friends with your neighbors. Like I only had one neighbor because our room was in the corner. Heather was super chill, and Cherokee was her name. Heather and Cherokee. Super chill. They never played loud music. We never played loud music. But girls down the hall did, and so we just all told them just turn down your music. That's it. That's also don't play loud music. Nobody likes loud music because you all don't like the same taste in music.
Hey, I played loud music and everybody liked me.
Did you sing?
No?
Well, if you sang, I'm sure they would like it, but it just depends where you're at.
I've had roommates who play loud music, play music, sing real
See, if
loud.
someone was singing and playing guitar, I'd be like, oh, I want to listen, but like the whole,
Three in the morning.
all right, no, maybe not when I'm trying to sleep.
Just ask your neighbors what kind of music they like.
Yeah. And if y'all like country,
And if they like country, then play rap music.
listen, everybody can listen to country. Country's beautiful. Don't even go there. Also, you should keep your room clean. A dorm room is a tiny, small, 12-inch box, it feels like. And it's hot, but keep it clean. Don't put your dirty socks under your bed. Don't leave your hamster running around. Like, just keep it clean, nice, fresh, right?
Yes.
Febreze is your friend. Air fresheners are your friend. And
Fans are your friend.
fans will save your
Fans.
life. Otherwise, you could die of a heat stroke.
And sometimes, depending on the school you go to, you can organize your room however you want. Don't, like, put all your stuff in the middle of the room or something.
No,
Try
that's
to clear out the middle because that's going to make it seem bigger.
and room
I've
for
been
activities.
in a lot of rooms that you pretty much can't walk in, and they're clean rooms. Like, they just organize it very
Terribly.
bad.
Also, nope, go ahead.
Say loft your beds if you have the
I was
ability
gonna
to.
say don't loft your beds, but that just depends
Definitely
on.
want
You
to.
definitely
your
want to,
experience.
because like I mean, dorms at Purdue were like 14 by 16, so they were pretty small, and so lofting the beds made it easier to put a futon underneath one of the beds, the TV underneath the other bed, as long as you don't fall off.
As long as you don't fall off your bed, you can loft them. I had an incident where it was after weights, reached for my towel, and I landed on my nose, okay? So it was just a problem. What I was actually doing is I was setting the precedent for people on my team, girls in the dorm. I wanted them to know why you shouldn't lean over your bed and try and grab your towel, because you'll break your nose. So I was taking one for the team. I was letting people know, and I was doing a justice. So laugh if you want.
Question.
What, Tanner?
Do you wear a face mask around campus the rest of the week?
No, I didn't wear a face mask.
Right.
I did have to when I was playing softball, though.
Yeah, I thought you might just wear one everywhere because, you know,
No,
you
I
might
didn't
trip and
fall on
and
the
bust your
cement,
nose again.
didn't get hit by a car.
Well, you
I
fell out of your bed,
accidentally
so.
fell 6 feet to my nose. It was not a big deal.
All right.
But we already talked about this. Be respectful of others. Music. Blah blah blah. Do your laundry often.
Yes.
Said even though you have to find like the right time of like your dorm hours to do laundry, because I have no idea why. One time I went down to go do laundry at like 10:30 on a Monday. Everyone and their mom was in the laundry room doing laundry. So like you have to, and like some people.
Morning or night?
It was night.
Yeah.
Like 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
So I would always do it in between classes because no one was down there. Make sure you monitor your laundry. I mean, I don't know who wants your laundry, but sometimes people get bored and they just steal your laundry. One time my teammate had all of her uniforms in the washer, and some guy just went around, opened up all the washers and poured bleach across everybody, so she had like
Jeez.
bleach stains. Yeah, so sometimes people are just rude, so take care of your laundry. If you don't want it stolen, sit there and do your homework while you're doing laundry.
How much does laundry cost in Indiana State?
It is $1. Ooh, which this is a good point. It's $1 for a washer and then $1 for the dryer, and like it's a full wash cycle, and then it's 80 minutes in the dryer. But my roommate and I, we would just wash it once a week, or like whenever our laundry baskets got full, and we would share the dryer, because the dryer for 80 minutes and then the dryers got really hot, so we would only use $3 every week, and then it saved money at the end.
One of my favorite laundry stories was I went to get my laundry one time. So I left it there, and I get up there and it was done drying. And somebody's placing it, taking my laundry out and placing it on top of the the washer so they can put their clothes in the dryer. I'm like, who is this? I get up. It's starting tight end on the football team game home. So I'm thinking, all right, Dave, you want to
You
can
can
move my
throw my
clothes.
clothes in the trash.
You can even
6'8",
keep them if
260
you want.
pounds. I'm like 5'9", weigh nothing. Yeah, you can do what you want with those.
One thing I always notice is like, I mean, it's kind of, you need to monitor your laundry and also know when your laundry is going to be done so you can be down there. Like I
Yeah.
always set a timer on my phone, because I always did it when I obviously had time to do laundry. I always set an alarm like for a minute before so I get down there, so I could just, when the timer goes off, be there, because there are people who, I mean, I don't blame them too. I mean, if they have something to do, they need to get their laundry done, they'll
Yeah.
just take it out and put it on top, but still it's,
And like some kids that like work, if they have uniforms that need to be
Yeah.
washed, they'll get annoyed if wet laundry's sitting there that's already done and
Yeah.
you don't have it. So, or you can just take it out of the washer like your friend did. But the last, oh no, I already talked about this, about don't getting a loft. You can get a loft, but just don't fall off of it. But speaking of, what comes to mind first, definite necessities that you need in college? Like if your grandma said, listen, I need to buy you something for your graduation present, what do you want, what do you need in college? What would you
Microwave.
say?
microwave, I was going to say gift cards to fast food places.
Yes, gift
Mini
cards.
Yeah,
Gift
mini
cards are my
fridge.
friends.
Yeah,
iPod, music device,
yeah.
food,
Food is awesome.
any food.
Laptop.
Laptop,
Laptop's
yeah,
a
that's really
huge
important.
necessity. Get a flash drive as well.
At Indiana State, you can get a laptop scholarship, and they give you a laptop for free if your GPA is above 3.5 in high school.
Wow.
Did you know that?
So you got a
And
laptop for free, didn't you?
I got a laptop free, and they like program it for you, so anytime something goes wrong, I take it down to the IT department and they fix it for me.
That's nice.
So that
Sweet
is a
deal.
benefit.
I'd say a printer.
Printer.
Printer is very important.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess just because I know at Purdue we have, each student has a $20 credit
So do we.
per semester. I mean, printing like a black and white, like just a regular paper is like maybe 3 cents. I know colored's a little bit more, but I mean, just depending on your major and how much you actually need to, because like I know a lot of people print out lecture slides for classes, and that can tally up really
It's
quickly.
like 40 pages.
Yeah, so I had a printer in my room. Didn't always work properly, but
Bring
But-
extra
But-
ink cartridges.
yeah, ink cartridges are very expensive.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I love getting mail, and I love getting like goodies in the mail. So I just like always told my grandparents, like, don't give me anything now, but like once a month, like it's nice to get a package of like, oh, a card from your aunt and your uncle, and then you have, you know, there's Cheetos and cheeses and stuff that I don't want to go buy myself, and just like necessities. Almost like I know my mom gave me like a girl box, like we had like dryer sheets and like hairbrushes and, you know, just things that I didn't want to go buy myself just like nice necessities. And like whenever, you know, graduation presents, you have a lot of things, like you get towels and, you know, laundry baskets and stuff, but I think just it's nice to get something in mail from people that you know care about you.
And the most important thing, bring your Xbox. And
I forgot mine freshman year. I don't know
Or
what I was
PS3.
thinking.
Or PS3,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh wait, I don't.
Or your Xbox, and bring the power cord to your Xbox, and at least 2 controllers, because you're going to want to play with a buddy. And bring your video cable, and a monitor or a TV.
I see how everyone's lists vary.
I was gonna say, I think it's very important, at least for me, it was a router for internet,
Yeah.
because at least in our dorm, the internet was pretty spotty at times, so it's nice to have your own router, or internet router, because it was pretty,
So it was constant just in your room?
yeah, I just kept it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Unfortunately, when I went to Trine, they didn't let us have routers.
Hmm.
A tech school, you don't allow
You don't have
routers. What
routers.
is that?
Maybe they made like these crazy monsters out of them or something. I don't know. Think about it, if you're at a tech school and they know all this tech stuff, then if you have a router, then they can just make crazy robots.
You think they make like Transformers or
Mm-hmm.
something?
Yeah. Like, don't bring any routers. We know what happens to computer routers.
Also, just to know that it's a learning experience. You're gonna forget something. You're gonna mess up.
You're gonna forget a lot of things.
Yeah, you're gonna
You're
forget
gonna
a lot
break
of
your
things.
nose. You're gonna get your truck towed.
Probably not, but it's just
Unless
Only
you're
if you're one of a kind.
That's me.
yeah, just don't panic and just have fun.
Just breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally,
Oh yeah, you still have to talk.
I still have one more list. College sports. This one will be pretty fast. Attend sporting events.
Yeah.
Even if you don't really like sports, attend. Go with your friends. Meet new friends there. It's fun. You can chill in your own school.
I mean, some schools also, I think Butler, students can get in free to some sporting events. So just check
Yep.
out to see.
You can at Indiana State too.
You can? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. They're a lot of fun. You get a chance to meet new people.
What's nice at Indiana State, we have like athletic competitions within our athletic team. So we have this cup at the end. It's called like the Sycamore Cup. And whatever team attends the most events of other sports wins. So it's kind
Oh,
of
that's
like
cool.
a competition with, because obviously, you know, we're all competitive. And so it's supporting each other and being competitive. So it's like a fun thing that we do there.
This is a big one for me. Don't wear other schools' stuff.
I
on
hate
campus.
that.
Hate
When I'm
that.
walking Indiana State, I don't want to see an Ohio State shirt or a Purdue shirt, no offense.
No.
But still, I'm just like, rep your school. Like, don't wear other people's stuff.
I saw a girl when we played Indiana this year walk on campus wearing a Cody Zeller jersey.
Yeah, no, you can't.
I
do
about
that.
flipped out.
Pride.
Slap.
School pride.
And I see a kid all the time, and I've had a class with this kid. He wears a Rudy jacket, a Rudy
Really?
Notre Dame jacket all the time, and he will tell you he hates Purdue, and loves Notre Dame. He's from like South Bend area.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't care if you
Yeah.
don't like Purdue. That's fine. Don't wear it.
You don't have to wear Purdue
Yeah.
stuff. You just
But
don't
just-
wear.
That's just antagonizing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which some people like to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand, like, you know, a lot of schools will have, like, I bought my sister a Purdue sister shirt. If you have something like that for another school, like your brother or sister
Yeah.
does, that's fine. But yeah,
But
don't
not
just, yeah.
Cody Zeller completely trying to dig at Purdue on
Yeah.
purpose.
People will remember your face.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And why don't you just give us some insight? Yeah, I mean, since you play Division I sports,
Hmm.
just give us an
What do you
insight,
want to
kind of
know?
like how you just manage your time
Yeah.
with social life and grades and everything on top of sports.
Well, your team kind of becomes your social life, especially during season. So it's nice to have like a close bond with them because, I mean, there were some times where I would go days without talking to my parents, not because, you know, I was trying not to, but when you're traveling, when you're doing different things, obviously schoolwork's so important because you can't play if you're failing. But I just think having a balance in life, that's just like, you just need to have that in life in general, balance between everything. But with school and with social life, because if you don't have a social life, then you're going to go crazy. But if you're doing too much school, then you're not going to have good enough sports, you know. So just balancing everything, I think, was the biggest thing I learned my freshman year, and just getting a feel. Like, that's the worst thing about being a freshman is not knowing. And I hate not knowing stuff and not knowing what to expect and what to do, but that's part of being a freshman. Every single person goes through it, so when you're going through it with other people, I think that helps. But that's why I'm excited to be a sophomore. I know what I'm going through next year, so that'll help.
Actually, I have something to add. I kind of just remembered it. I mean, it doesn't really pertain to you because you're an athlete, but I mean, Tanner, myself, and Chris, we were all athletes in high school. When we go to college, we don't play any sports, but it's definitely important to stay active.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's your health, so, and it can help in other areas too, besides your, like, body weight and everything.
Yeah, and even like just physical activity and
Yeah.
what is it? Is there like a chemical when you're exercising makes you like feel better about yourself,
Yeah.
so then you're not depressed all the time? But yeah, I think, and it helps because like you guys did play every year a sport, so instead of going through like withdrawals, do intramurals, do club,
Yeah.
do something. I know they always have like pickup games at our rec center in Indiana
Yep.
State. There's just always something you can do, and like it goes along with meeting new people too.
Yeah.
And you can even get involved without playing sports.
Yeah.
Be a manager of a team. Which
You tell us about that.
will give you a warning. It can take up a lot of time.
Always.
This is the college football right now is in their fall camp season. So I remember there was a few nights last year, me and another manager would have like laundry duty. We wouldn't get done until 12:30, 1 in the morning. We'd have to be there back there at 7 a.m. the next day for practice. It could just really wear on you on top of grades and social life and other things. But it was a good experience for 2 years. I met a lot of new people and learned a lot of things.
You definitely have to love it if you do it.
Yeah.
You can't go in there halfway like, well, I kind of want to
Yeah.
play a Division I sport. No, you have to completely be 100%. You have to know that you're a tad bit crazy and that everybody else around you is a little
Yeah.
crazy, but it's in a good way, and
Yep.
it's good memories that you'll always have. Like I'm sure people you met being a manager was probably a good experience.
And that's one thing, like, a few reasons why I didn't do it this upcoming years. Because I want to focus on my grades more. I felt like my grades were slipping a little bit. And being my last full year of college, I just wanted to grasp the whole experience, hang out with my friends a lot more when I wasn't in practice. And for some reason, I just felt like there's some days I just really didn't want to go to practice. I felt like, well, I feel like nobody else really feels that way, so maybe it's time for me to just let somebody else do it who would really like to be at practice every single day and really, I don't know, enjoy it, I guess, more than I was. So, but, yeah. So.
Do you guys have any crazy good stories? I've already told my two famous stories from college. Can you think of any good appropriate college stories for Channel 4? Yes, appropriate.
Now I'm put on the spot.
I know.
I can't think of anything.
You'll think of 25 after we stop recording.
Sure.
A lot of epic video game battles.
Yeah.
If I could count the epic video game battles I've had, I'd run out of fingers.
Actually, I kind of just saw something that, because I lived in the same dorm freshman, sophomore year of college, and I had the same RA. That's part of the reason why I decided to live in the same dorm again, was because my RA was going to live there again, and a bunch of the kids on my floor for my freshman year wanted to live on the same floor as everyone else for
Yeah.
sophomore. So that's what we did. It was a lot of fun, and I remember my RA. He would try to organize as many activities as we could, and there was one we did. It was my freshman year. It was called Shotgun Friday, where he got. I think he got it through the dining courts, but he got cases of Red Bull and Monster, and we shotgunned those.
Oh my
Yeah, on the
gosh, your
front
whole
lawn.
entire floor?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun until about 5 minutes afterwards when your stomach was killing you. But
And
it
you're
was a lot
about
of
to
fun.
puke all over
Yeah,
the front
it was a lot
lawn.
of fun.
That's good.
Kind of something to do with the floor. We also, at Purdue, we have a place called Slater Hill, which is a big hill with an amphitheater, and at Christmas, or not at Christmas, but wintertime, kids will go and sled down it, and one of the traditions is you steal a lunch tray from the dining courts.
And you sled down the lunch
use
tray?
as a-
No
yeah.
way!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes
That's
the
crazy.
cops will show up and take them away, but.
Take the lunch
You
trays
need to get
back.
some speed going
Oh
out,
yeah,
too.
you can. If it's icy, yeah. And then you gotta be careful because down at the very end of the hill there is an amphitheater with, rocks
Yeah.
as the wall.
Sharp
and-
objects.
Yeah, so you gotta be able to stop. But it's pretty entertaining to go out there because some
Yep,
people
it's
are
fun.
pretty crazy out there.
Chris, do you have a favorite memory?
I don't know. I guess the biggest thing I remember from college so far would probably be shooting on my Nerf hoop.
Of course. Who doesn't love that?
And, it's kind of a good way to clear your mind after, while working on a paper, sometimes you just get completely blocked out. You can't even continue on a paper, any type of homework.
Right.
So I'll just take a break for a few minutes and shoot some Nerf hoop.
So it's a good relaxation tool.
Play a couple games of Halo. Cody and I actually roomed together. We were roommates my freshman year at Trine, and all we did was play basketball, shoot the Nerf hoop, play Halo,
Do homework.
do homework, and go get food. So it's really important.
That's
to
good.
clear your mind when you're working for a long
Yeah.
amount of time.
Because it's almost worse to continue doing your
Yeah.
homework if
You will do a worse job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget like what like the English language is after a certain amount of time. I'm just like, I
Did
probably
you
should
guys
stop.
talk about like finals week at all?
We did not talk about finals week. Oh, all right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's talk
I mean,
about
that's
it.
just like obviously because you guys have dead week before.
Yes.
Yeah. The week
Study
bef-
week.
Which is not even really considered dead week because it's always like all the teachers cram everything in
Yep.
that last week. But yeah, finals week is a lot different in college than it is in high school because I mean the exams are worth so much, and I mean you don't have class that week, so it's easy just to kind of just relax and
Oh,
like
yeah.
if you don't have an exam till Wednesday and Sunday, it's like, oh, I got time, but really you really should be preparing all semester long. Like you shouldn't cram it in that last 2 days. You should be.
It'll be
But,
Tuesday night
yeah.
and you'll remember, oh, I have an exam tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
why
mean,
not? Yeah.
sometimes it does happen, but you need to just, I mean, it gets to a point where you know what you know, and
Right.
you just kind of have to move on to a different subject if you're struggling with one.
Yeah, like however, whatever you've done this semester so far is going to get you that far in the
Yeah.
exam. And if you don't know, then you might have to
Yeah,
retake the
and
class. But
I had both experience with this, but my freshman year, finals week was awful because I hadn't done great in my classes leading up to finals week, so finals week was like make or break.
yeah,
But my sophomore year, I was able to do well enough throughout the semester where like it was just kind of like, oh, I mean, I need a C to get an A in the class. I need a C
which
on the
that's
final.
so like
Oh, yeah.
so
It's-
such a stress reliever.
yeah, it's
Well,
so
there's
relieving.
some of the classes I was in. If you have a certain grade in that class, they don't make you take the final,
I've
which
heard
is
that
nice.
too,
So if you
yeah.
have like a 96 or above in the class, or if you got an A on the last test, which that's like a huge initiative to keep doing well the
Yeah.
entire semester, so you don't have to take the huge test at the end. Any advice on that?
You guys knocked it out.
Evan and I are kind of
That's
kicking
a
butt.
great thing. But one last point I guess I'd like to make, especially for kids that are going to be freshmen or people who are still in high school, is don't forget where you came from,
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, you're going to make tons of friends, have tons of memories, new experiences, but don't forget about some of your friends you have back home either, and your family and everything. I mean, keep in contact with people you want to keep in contact, I guess, and just remember you're still representing your family and your town
Yeah.
out there in the world, wherever you go.
And I mean, sometimes depends on which school you go to. There sometimes will be people from your hometown you go to school. Doesn't mean you have to hang out with them all the time. I mean, obviously make new friends, but it's still, yeah, like Tam said, don't forget who your real friends are and everything.
Any last pieces of advice or tips we need to give anybody?
Bring your Xbox.
Chris says bring your Xbox. Do you have any last parting words, Evan?
Just be smart, like we said earlier. Manage your time.
Be smart, yes. I think procrastination is the biggest evil
Oh,
once
yeah.
you get to college.
Yeah, even like you.
Because you're on your own, it's so
Yeah.
tempting
Oh,
to be
yeah,
like,
like-
I'd rather eat some Cheetos.
Yeah,
We
it's
talked
like
about
you say,
Cheetos a
you
lot.
want to watch a YouTube video and then you end up watching 20 YouTube videos.
I know,
Yeah.
stupid sidebar gets you every.
Yeah, exactly.
What's this cat doing?
Yeah.
Oh, what's this?
Okay, I don't do that, but.
I like cat videos, sorry. So yeah, that would be, I agree with all of you. Remember where you came from, bring your Xbox,
Or PlayStation.
don't procrastinate,
Just,
be disciplined.
be smart, but also have fun, because
Yeah.
4 years, 4.5, 5 years, however long you're going to be there, is going to go by really fast.
When you'll be in the
but
real world.
it's going to be the time of your life. So,
Yeah.
I mean, really do appreciate it and enjoy it while it's in front of you.
That's deep advice. Thank you, Tanner.
You're welcome.
It's beautiful. Thank you for joining us on our College Edition show today. We will see you next week. Our guests have left us today. But thank you. We will talk to you next week. Good luck for all of you that are either going to college, in college, or will be there in a few years.